We've been told that the first people who occupied America, the Native Americans, came here across the Bering Strait. But what if someone told
Fair use.
you that when the Native Americans came across the Bering Strait, there were people already living here? These people had an established civilization that not only rivaled that of Egypt in its height, but is also much older. In fact, at the 1996 14th session of the United Nations Summer Conference, these people were recorded as the oldest indigenous people on Earth.
Please repeat that. Please repeat that.
Recorded as the oldest. These people were recorded in the 14th session of the United Nations Summer Conference.
We got to hear that again.
1996 14th session of the United Nations. Older. In fact, at the 1996 14th session of the United Nations.
1996 14th session United Nations, Washitaw. Go Google that.
Summer Conference. These people were recorded as the oldest indigenous.
Summer Conference. Oh, baby.
People on Earth. In the next few minutes, we'll tell you about a very old and ancient people, the first Americans, the Ouachita de Mountain. Although it is known
the first Americans
by archaeologists, historians, and anthropologists that an old and ancient people occupied this land before the American Indian, up until recently, not much effort has been made to educate the general public of this fact.
People ask, what are the Washitaw Moors? What's the Washitaw? What's the Moor? And understand, I am a Washitaw Moor. The Washitaw Moors have not gone anywhere. We've not disappeared. We're still here. It's part of American history that most people want to talk about. But beyond just American history, the Washitaw, we have our own history. The history of the Moors is there. It's been twisted and distorted. And it's just murky legends and the stories.
Don't he look like Young Dolph?
That kind of hide the evidence of the Washitaw and the Moors. The evidence of the Washitaw is very prevalent. It's just not being promoted.
R.I.P. to Young Dolph.
And being taught in the education system. No one wants to talk about a race of people who were pure, civilized, organized, and giant black people.
Ooh. Go watch the rest of the video for yourself. Go watch the rest of the video for yourself. The video, Washitaw Moors Part 1 of 4. American Golem, this channel uploaded. It's an old video. But go watch it for yourself. Okay, I heard some. I'm gonna find that clip. I'll probably make it a YouTube Shorts. There was a European speaking on the Aboriginal people of Jekyll's Island. They were talking about Jekyll's Island politically, the history of Federal Reserve 1913, but they gave some history on the Aboriginal people who was there, because they were making a point how that territory, Jekyll's Island, it was something very important for the Aboriginal people. I don't know, ceremonial. I don't remember, but I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna repost it. And why? Because they mentioned how a lot of those Aboriginal people from Jekyll Island territory off the coast of Georgia were like 8 feet tall. Women and men, just not averagely tall at all. Not even the tallest men here. What did Kambata say? The tallest man is the smallest giant. What song? I forgot what song that is. I'll find it and put it in the description. Shout out to Kambata. All right. What did the dude say? The NASA scientist dude. I'm gonna find that video too, and repost it. He said giant black people looking at a telescope of the rings of Saturn or the moons of Saturn, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I wonder, is there a galactic connection as above, so below? I don't know.
The Washitaw are the dark-skinned original inhabitants of North and South America. They have been referred to as the pre-Columbian civilizations, the prehistoric mound builders, the diggers, and the ancient ones.
All right, enough. All right, this is I say no more, man. It's funny that she said the ancient ones. Let me get the book by the Empress. Haven't read this book completely. Let me make sure. Yeah, haven't read it completely, but I'm going to. And she calls it. What did she say? Return of the Ancient Ones. So I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, let's continue. All right, so this is Moors inspiring the history of Moors inspiring the Renaissance. Old news, man. Old news, but read it and weep.
History sometimes has a way of leaving out important voices of people from the books. All of their accomplishments and contributions to society are often deprioritized over the impressive accomplishments of the Western world.
Oh damn, I might get the music. Well, you just play it low. All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna play this because I can smell branchiamento whitewashing in the mist that's about to happen. So we'll just say, I don't even really want to play that because I don't know if there's music copyright. But even if it blocks out the sound there, who cares? This book right here, though, rvbaypublications.com recommends it. Roz Raya and Taj, etc. Sabir Bay. If learning about the history of the Renaissance and all that, I'd rather just read stuff like that than listen to these Gentiles try to whitewash stuff. They also recommend this too. I'm gonna read this. It's just so much information, man. I mean, the brother Coremio Ahawu speaks on this book. He read from it in one of his videos. Gives the history on how a lot of the colonial people were actually Sephardic. Go figure. Yeah. Is that all I'm gonna share? And then this one too. David McRitchie. Shout out to Sabir Bay, always talking about this book. All right. It talks about these Moors who are original to Europe. There's another book here too, actually. I found this at the beach for free out in I think it was what beach is that? It's in St. Pete. I think it was Indian Rocks Beach. I'm not sure. There's like a booth where they give free books. I found it there. Me and the Queen, we was looking at the books, and I'm not really gonna go through this, but there's some part in this book where it mentions Moors, and I think they were talking about a play, Othello the Moor. Old news, man. So, last thing, but not least, is my Pinterest. There's another Pinterest on here too that is really good. I'll probably show it briefly at the end, but I just want to show y'all some images, DNA stimulating, DNA repairing images. All right, they gave you all this whitewash branchiamento images. We're gonna give you the unbleached. How about that? They put bleach, we gonna unbleach it. All right. I just heard about this image today from Dr. Phil Valentine's interview with Black Magic 363. This is Beethoven, British Museum. He was referred to as a blackamoor. I think he was mulatto. Remember, Europe, Africa, man. A lot of mulattoes, a lot of African descent. All right. So we're going to look at some ancient Moors. Some ancient Moors, Marinos. All right. You'll never see these images in any of their history books. No Gentiles will talk about this. They'll give it different names. And all right, so I want to show this still right here. All right. People be talking about, oh yeah, Vikings. Yeah, Vikings. You ain't no damn Viking. What the hell are you talking about? At best, he was probably amalgamated, but the original Vikings, this is African. Look at it. Are you serious? Yo, it's like, give credit, man. That's what honor Exodus 2012, and you wonder why y'all gonna pay. Telling you, just because someone lied to you about a story doesn't mean you keep the lie going. But I'm a researcher. I'm a good guy. Right. All right. So let's look at some more ancient images. Let's see if I can find one of some, because I have a variety. So I'm gonna see if I can find some Moorish ones. And then I'm going to close it out with this one book about the nobility of New Jerusalem being so-called United Kingdom. Okay, which is Ivory Land, Scotia Land, Scotch Land, and Breton, which is Frankish, coming out of France, New Britain, Britannica. All right. I have so many images, so I'm not gonna spend too much time. For those of you who may be maybe on the move, just listening to it, whenever you paused, you can just, matter of fact, just go on. The link will be in the description. On your own free time, you can just look through. You may see something that looks like you. Literally. I certainly know I did. It was kind of creepy. I'm like, whoa, that looked way too much like me. I'm not even gonna show it though, because I don't know nothing. All right. So this is it. So we are. Look at that. Look at this crown, man. Look at this, man. I'm gonna end it off with that. See that? This is noble. This is a noble. Got the crown, probably even a priestess. But so I'm gonna end it off with this one book. Okay. Close this. All right. The part of King Charles II. Okay. King Charles II. So basically, Char of Charles means darky, black, or niger. The same as charcoal. I say no more.